Groundhog Day is a traditional holiday celebrated on February 2nd in the United States and Canada. According to folklore, if a groundhog emerges from its burrow on this day and sees its shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. But if the groundhog does not see its shadow, it is believed that spring will arrive early. The origins of Groundhog Day can be traced back to ancient European cultures, which celebrated a similar holiday known as Candlemas. On this day it was believed that the weather on that day would determine the weather for the next 6 weeks. When German immigrants settled in the United States, they brought the tradition with them and adapted it to the local wildlife, using the groundhog as the indicator of the weather. The most famous Groundhog Day celebration takes place in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, where a groundhog named Punxsutawney Phil is brought out of his burrow to make his prediction. The event is attended by thousands of people and is broadcast on national television. Groundhog Day has also been popularized in the 1993 American fantasy comedy film named Groundhog Day. The film starred Bill Murray as a weatherman who is stuck in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over again. The film was a critical and commercial success and has since become a cult classic. However, similar traditions that involve weather forecasting with animals can also be found in other countries. For example, in Germany the holiday of Candlemas has similar origins as Groundhog Day. On Candlemas it is believed that the weather on that day would determine the weather for the next 6 weeks. In Germany a badger is used as the indicator of the weather instead of a groundhog. In the United Kingdom and Ireland, the holiday of Imbolc, which is celebrated around the same time of the year as Groundhog Day, has also been associated with weather forecasting. On Imbolc, it is said that if the weather is clear it is a sign of a good harvest to come. In some Eastern European countries such as Poland and Czech Republic, the marmot is used instead of the groundhog. The holiday is known as Swarziniec Day. In Japan, a similar tradition called Kitsu no Yomiri, which means fox wedding, is celebrated on February 2nd. It is said to be an indicator of the weather. In Canada, a groundhog named Weetan Willie is used as an indicator of the weather, similar to Punxsutawney Phil in the US. It's worth noting that these traditions are not as popular as Groundhog Day in the US and Canada, and not as widely celebrated. In United States, many people like to celebrate Groundhog Day by eating some traditional food items. One of the most popular Groundhog Day foods is the groundhog pie. This pie is made with a variety of ingredients including potatoes, ground beef, carrots, onion, and spices. It is then topped with a crust and baked. Another popular Groundhog Day food is the groundhog stew. This stew is made with ground beef, potatoes, carrots, peas, and onion. It is then cooked in a slow cooker or crock pot. Other popular Groundhog Day foods include groundhog chile, groundhog quiche, and groundhog soup. For over 130 years, the groundhog named Punxsutawney Phil has predicted the weather every Groundhog Day on February 2nd. The day was first officially celebrated in the United States in 1887. According to the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club data, from 1887 to 2022, Punxsutawney Phil has seen his shadow 105 times and hasn't seen his shadow 20 times. Another 10 years don't have any weather predictions recorded. However, despite the fun and excitement surrounding Groundhog Day, it is important to remember that the groundhog's predictions are not always accurate. According to the Storm Facts Almanac, Punxsutawney Phil's predictions have only been correct 39% of the time. Last year, on Groundhog Day 2022, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Ultimately, Groundhog Day is a fun and light-hearted holiday that has its roots in ancient European traditions. While the groundhog's predictions may not always be accurate, the holiday provides an opportunity for people to come together and celebrate the changing of the seasons. If you liked the video, please click the like button. And, if you want to see more videos, please subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.